Have you ever wondered what happens when the kindest heart is touched by a power so vast that no soul could possibly endure it? Well, within the X-Men universe, there's a story that's not just about superpowers, but about humanity, fragility, and the weight of impossible choices. I'm talking about Jean Grey, the mutant who began as a young woman with telepathic and telekinetic gifts and ended up becoming Dark Phoenix, an entity capable of shaping and destroying the very universe. Jean was always the heart of the X, generous, loyal, often the moral compass of a group marked by internal conflicts and external wars. Alongside Scott Summers, Cyclops, she built an image of trust and hope, but the truth is, behind her gentle eyes and calm demeanor, there was a silent flame waiting to set the world ablaze. It all started when Jean came into contact with the Phoenix Force, a virtually limitless cosmic energy. Unlike any other mutant, she didn't just control her mind and body. She became an avatar of life and destruction. At first, it seemed like a blessing. Her telekinesis reached absurd levels. Her telepathy expanded to the point of touching minds on distant planets. Jean ceased to be just another member of the X-Men and became almost a goddess. But here is the question. How long can someone carry so much power without losing their very essence? Little by little, the Phoenix Force began to corrupt her. What once was sweetness became arrogance. What once was empathy became desire. Jean, who once hesitated to harm an enemy, now destroyed entire solar systems in the blink of an eye. The most devastating moment came when, in the middle of this transformation, she annihilated an entire planet, erasing billions of lives as if they were nothing more than sparks in the wind. For the X-Men, that was more than a tragedy. It was a moral dilemma. How do you save someone you love, but who at the same time has become an uncontrollable threat? Scott saw the woman he loved slipping away into cosmic flame. Wolverine, torn between his instinct to protect and his duty to end the threat, carried the pain of an impossible choice. And all the other members faced a cruel question. Was Jane still in there? Or had she been completely consumed by Dark Phoenix? And this is where we can reflect. Jean represents that human side we all share. The desire to do good, but also the temptation to give in to what corrupts us. Because, let's be honest, power isn't just strength. It's also a constant test of character. Now, speaking of power and how it can transform environments, let me take a quick deep. If you've ever wanted to feel complete control of your home with just one touch, you'll love the Philips Hue Starter Kit. Smart lighting. With it, you can change colors and adjust brightness according to your mood or occasion. Want to recreate the cosmic energy of Phoenix in fiery red and gold, or prefer the calm blue of a quiet night? You can do it all from your phone. It is like turning your house into an extension of your own power, but in a safe and practical way. Back to Jean Grey. Her fall as Dark Phoenix wasn't just about destruction. It was also about love, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between what we are and what we can become. At a certain point, Jean herself realized there was no true escape from the corruption of the Phoenix Force, so in one of the most iconic acts in Marvel history, she chose to sacrifice herself, not because someone defeated her, but because she decided on her own that the lives of billions were worth more than her own existence. That gesture was as devastating as it was inspiring. It showed that even when consumed by darkness, Jean still carried within her the spark of kindness that defined her. She didn't let Dark Phoenix decide her end. She made the final choice herself. And that's why this story echoes to this day. Because it's not just about superheroes or cosmic battles. It's about how humans deal with power, temptation, love, and sacrifice. Jean Grey shows us that no matter how strong corruption may be, we can still find the strength to choose the light, even if it costs us everything. In the end, the legend of Dark Phoenix is not just a tragedy, it's also a reminder that goodness can endure even in the darkest flames. But here is the haunting question. If we had the power to shape the universe in our own hands, would we remain ourselves? Or would we be devoured by the fire of our own phoenix?